to our conversation with Democratic candidate for Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, the mayor of Salem. And Mayor, I've talked with you here and in other forums off and on over the years, and you've been a fan of Charlie Baker's work as governor, haven't you?
They've been great to work with as a community leader. I think the administration has done a really good job of reaching out to communities, understanding the needs on the ground, and wanting to be a good partner.
If he were running again for re-election, would you be supporting him?
Well, I didn't endorse him the last time. I certainly feel like while it's great to have somebody that you're able to work with, it doesn't necessarily always lead to an endorsement. We have a lot of things we agree on. There's certainly some things that we don't. But I will say he's been a strong partner for communities.
Well, one thing you seem to have some agreement on is the need for some relief for economically stressed taxpayers. You and Senator Lesser, one of your opponents, expressed support for a temporary suspension of the gas tax. That was a few weeks back. You still feel that way, and why?
I mean, I think we know that our folks in our communities need relief. Right now, people are really feeling the pinch, whether it's at the pump, and gas prices seem to be trending down, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But the grocery bills, I buy the same things every week, and I see the bills going up. What you're paying to pay for utilities, families are hurting. We're already a high-cost state. People are feeling like they're working harder, saving less. They just can't get ahead. So we definitely need to be thinking about ways we can impact families in a positive way. People who live in this Commonwealth who are experiencing high housing prices, far and away the #1 issue I hear about. Housing, housing, housing. Too costly for anyone. And then following that up with how can we make, as government, how can we make people's lives a little bit easier to get along? Things like childcare, working on ways that we can address infrastructure. So I think those are ideas we need to put on the table and be ready to implement, because we're headed for some choppy waters. It's tough right now. I think things are only going to get a little bit worse, and we're going to have to find ways with this historic resources we have in Massachusetts to put them to work for families, for people on the ground.
Well, you're right. Housing is a huge driver of the cost of living and of inflation right now. You were a big advocate. I remember talking with you about Governor Baker's push, which ultimately was successful, to reform the way zoning is voted on, and the housing choice bill, so that you didn't need a super majority of a local governmental body in order to allow accessory apartments or other forms of relieving the pressure.
Smart growth zoning.
Has it worked?
Absolutely. The minute that legislation was adopted, we were able to pass a 100% affordable accessory dwelling unit ordinance. We're now looking at using public land trust to, again, leverage additional housing, but particularly additional affordable housing. People who are working, pouring coffee, pouring beer for a living, that's the lifeblood of many of our communities, yet they can't afford to live in the places where they're working. We have to address that. For me, it's a moral issue. Everyone should have a right to a safe, accessible roof over their head. But if you don't agree with it on moral grounds, think about the competitiveness of Massachusetts. We can't keep young adults. You can't age in place. We have to address the housing issues across all 351 cities and towns.
Well, as you know, as well as anyone, one of the big impediments to more affordable housing is NIMBYism. Communities that may talk a big game about housing access, when push comes to shove, rally in opposition to proposed affordable housing developments and so on. What would a Healy-Driscoll administration do to combat NIMBYism? You
know, some of the ideas that have worked in my community that I'd love to leverage is having cities and towns adopt their own housing production plan. You have to really drill down and understand the needs of your community. It was an aha moment in Salem to realize when we say no to housing, we're saying no to childcare workers, we're saying no to teachers, we're saying no to paraprofessionals, folks that we rely on every single day, part of the care economy, who can't afford to live in our community. And then we talk about strategies through that same model with community members. How about if we build housing, but we make sure there's an inclusionary provision? How about if we think about leveraging existing land that we own? We're exploring building housing on our high school campus. There are strategies out there. We could be leveraging state-owned land to build more affordable housing, knowing that the cost of the dirt is one of the reasons housing is so expensive. So educating folks, and then this housing choice legislation also included a carrot. If you're not going to approve housing in multifamily zoning, you're going to find yourself not in line to get as many grants. So there are ways, a carrot and a stick approach, that we could use statewide to help address this issue.
Which will you be, the carrot or the stick?
I'd like to be both the carrot and the stick.
Got it. Listen, we're out of time, but very quickly, if people want to find out more about your candidacy, how do they do it?
You can go to kimdriscoll.org. I'm really proud to be running in this race. Excited to take the experience from local government, the Get Stuff Done wing, and bring it to the corner office.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, John.
And next week, we'll be talking with one of the other competitors in this race, State Representative Tammy Gouveia. Hope to talk to you then. Right now, back to my colleagues for more WBZ News.